on Cox Forum.
Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, these are all terms you've probably heard, and you might have even have used some of these applications and programs. But did you know that you could really use them to your advantage both in your personal and professional life? We'll tell you how to do that tonight on Cox Forum. Welcome to Cox Forum. If any of those terms kind of confuse you, or you feel that you're sort of being buried by the bits that are flying through the air all around you, we're going to try to help you tonight. And with several groups of guests. In our first panel, we have Ted Nguyen. He is with the Orange County Transportation Authority, but he does so much more in terms of social media. Also with us, Neal Schaffer. He is the president of Windmills Marketing. And he is also, which you're essentially a social media strategist, which, and let's talk about this a little bit. We kind of look over the shoulders of our kids, and they're sitting there Facebooking each other and the whole thing. And so we think that this stuff is kind of just fun for them, but it has some real professional applications.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Social media is a great tool to, for businesses to do things faster, smarter, cheaper, and more cost effectively. And it's just a great tool that we've employed at the Orange County Transportation Authority to reach out to our constituents, our bus riders, our train riders, as well as constituents throughout Orange County. But as far as a business practical application is, it's really a community building tool that businesses can reach out to their customers in a convenient space and have efficient communications with them in two-way dialogue, and really boosting the bottom line for businesses, whatever the business may be. It could be restaurants, it could be retail, or it could be corporations. I know the Orange County Business Council utilizes social media extensively, as well as top-tier businesses throughout the country. So it's a great opportunity for people to learn more about social media and to jump on board. And you don't have to be afraid. If a 12-year-old or 14-year-old can do it, you certainly can do it. You just need to have the right resources, a little bit of coaching, and you're well on your way to boosting your bottom line with social media.
So when we hear about a social media strategist, I think a lot of people think, oh, well, let's make a website and that'll be great for our business. But it goes far beyond that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's really understanding. Companies are in business for a reason. They have a strategy, and it's really mapping the potential of social media with their own corporate objectives. Sales and business development, marketing, customer service, human relations. There's a way that social media can play in all these strategies that companies have. So as Ted mentioned, it definitely helps them build a community from a public relations perspective. It also can help them with better customer service, reduce costs, faster response time. For smaller companies, definitely helps them get found on the internet where we're spending more time, and in these communities that each of these social media sites have become.
Well, give us an example. When we talk about customer service, sometimes it's like you think of, okay, you go to the contact us page and you email somebody. What do you talk about when you're talking using social media on a more strategic way?
Well, I have one client. They're a local e-commerce company here in Orange County. If you're not going to invest in social media, where do you invest? Do you invest in TV ads and radio ads, newspaper ads? These traditional forms of advertising companies are finding are not as effective as they used to be, because now we spend the same, if not more, time online as we do watching TV. And depending on the demographic, they may spend a lot more time online. Right now, 25% of the time we spend online is in social media. And that's why it's significant for companies to realize if their target demographic is in that 25%, how to figure out how to get at them, because they're not going to be able to get at them through the other channels.
When you talk about building sort of a team within OCTA, give us an example of how OCTA is using social media to
we're utilizing it for construction alerts. There's construction throughout Orange County to keep things moving. So there are impacts.
What in particular are you using?
So we have the 91 freeway, the West County connectors, the 57 freeway that are utilizing Twitter messages to let the public know what the detours are, how to avoid certain construction, and what the impacts are as well. But it's also a great tool of getting citizen input. Whether you're a government or a business, you can get valuable input from your customers easily, quickly, and cheaply utilizing social media.
So what specifically are you using when you're talking about your communicating with your customers?
It's all those different social media tools that are low to no cost. We're talking about Twitter, we're talking about Facebook and YouTube, and then also our website is and email campaigns as well. So it's a full gamut of all the different social media tools, and we are positioning ourselves that though this may be the current well utilized sites, there may be some other sites that come on board. but it's really important for businesses as well as government agencies to build those methods so that we are prepared to meet our customers' needs.
If you're a business and someone who runs a business and they're hearing this, it sounds, I don't have time to do this. It sounds like I'm going to have to hire somebody else, almost full time to do social media. Is that the case? Okay.
Well, not necessarily. It comes down to what your objective is in using social media and how you track your ROI. And I think if you see the ROI, whether it be increased sales or decreased expenses, maybe you have someone starting your marketing department, maybe an hour a day, start to use these tools, experiment with them. You track your ROI over time, your analytics, and then it makes sense at one point maybe to hire someone to do it full time. But there's no reason to start by hiring someone. Start with your in-house people. They know your brand better. The most authentic way to practice social media is to do it in-house with your own people.
And I think people tend to overly complicate social media. It's really building at the grassroots level and just really humanizing the way we communicate with each other. I think for a long time we lost that in our mass marketing efforts. And people became numbers instead of individuals. Well, social media is a way of reaching out to people as individuals and as people that care about a particular brand or product or service. And so it's a great way of enhancing the customer experience.
When you're talking about social media, it sounds like you're running the whole gamut of these different kinds of things. Where do you start if you're a business?
Well, I think you start with perhaps even looking, like I said, where is your target demographic? Where in social media are they active? Is the first thing you need to understand. Sometimes it's also looking at your competitors. Maybe your competitors are already ahead of what you're doing, and therefore that may provide the spark to get you going in social media sometimes. But it's also to listen to conversations. Twitter, with 175 million users worldwide, is a public search engine. There are more searches done on Twitter than on Bing and Yahoo.
Wow.
So just searching for conversations about your industry, your product, your competition, usually gets you thinking about what the potential could be for starting to get active in social media.
Real quick, what's Connect OC?
Connect OC is a great opportunity for anybody in Orange County throughout or Southern California to get together. We have these free, no cost efforts where people can network with each other, and we all have done this via utilizing social media, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And we've had it at the Hilton where we've had 400 or 500 people come together and network, especially in this horrible economy.
You mean face to face?
Face to face.
Wow.
That's a stereotype that people are doing this, behind a keyboard, behind a computer. But it's actually really about meeting people face to face. And it's been a great success of really providing the necessary support in this horrible economy, so that we can help each other overcome, the obstacles that we face as businesses, as well as government and other agencies. Okay,
I'm going to put you on the line right now and really put a lot of pressure on you. How can people contact you online?
Yeah, people can contact me. I'm just my name. I'm Ted Nguyen, TEDNGUYEN, on Twitter, or my website, which is tednguyenusa.com.
Very good.
My website is windmillnetworking.com. I blog regularly about social media, and I'm also on Twitter at Neal Schaffer, NEALSCHAFFER.
Very good. If you missed either of those, you can go to our online portal, which is cox3.com.